GoElectric here. I hope you all had a happy new year. Today is Sunday, January 5th, 2025, and this is The Current, weekly EV news in about 10 minutes. A new year means new rules. For those looking to purchase an EV in 2025, there have been some changes that go into effect for the federal point-of-sale EV tax credit. As a reminder, this program was designed to encourage domestic manufacturing of batteries and EVs. The credit is split into two requirements. This year, at least 60% of EV battery components must be sourced in North America to be eligible for a $3,750 credit. 60% of the critical materials must also be sourced from North America in order for EVs to qualify for the other $3,750. In 2025, vehicles become disqualified if any critical materials are sourced from foreign entities of concern. Each year, the requirements will become more demanding through 2029. As requirements change and automakers adjust their inputs, the list of qualified EVs evolves. Unfortunately, this week, the Volkswagen ID.4 has lost full credit eligibility under the new requirements. That comes at a rough time as the long-standing ID.4 stop sale due to door handle safety concerns was lifted only last week. The Nissan Leaf and both Rivian consumer vehicles no longer qualify for any credit either. Newly qualified EVs include Chevy Silverado EV, Tesla Cybertruck, and Hyundai Motor Group models including the Ioniq 5, upcoming Ioniq 9, Kia EV6 and EV9, and the Genesis GV70. In order for buyers to claim the credit, there are some additional requirements including MSRP and income limitations. Commercial purchases and certain leases can serve as workarounds. It is entirely possible that those policies can be changed or be eliminated completely when a transfer of presidential power takes place later this month. In this video's description, you can find a link to fueleconomy.gov, which keeps a list of qualified EVs up to date. Now let's have a look at how electric vehicles did in 2024. According to Cox Automotive, a record 1.3 million EVs were sold in the US in 2024. Tesla delivered 1,789,226 vehicles globally in 2024. Tesla's Model Y will likely be the best-selling passenger car in the US and the world for a second year in a row. During the fourth quarter, the American automaker delivered a record 495,570 vehicles. Despite those efforts, total deliveries declined by about 20,000 units compared to 2023. Weeks of supply stoppages due to a conflict in the Red Sea and a 7-day production halt due to sabotage at their factory in Berlin, Germany, may be partially responsible. The annual decline of 1.1% is their first since 2011, and it represents 1.5 days of global production at the Q4 rate. Tesla remains the global leader in EV sales, with China's BYD closing in. BYD delivered 1,764,992 all-electric vehicles in 2024, thanks in large part to ultra-low-cost EVs like the sub-$10,000 Seagull and the $14,000 Dolphin. Elon Musk has publicly projected a 20 to 30% increase in sales volume for 2025. We expect them to unveil an updated version of the Model Y within the next month or two, and the brand has indicated that 2 affordable Tesla models will become available before summer. The distant second-place seller of EVs in North America was General Motors, with 114,432 units sold in 2024, an increase of 50% from last year. Nearly 40% of those sales happened in the fourth quarter. Remember in 2022 when CEO Mary Barra told me she intended to scale the Equinox EV? It looks like they've done it, with 28,874 units delivered since first deliveries back in May. Not far behind was the Cadillac Lyriq with 28,402 delivered. They sold 23,115 Chevy Blazer EVs too. GM now offers 9 all-electric models across all of their brands, including the Chevy BrightDrop commercial fleet van. They have promised at least 5 more models in 2025. Hyundai Motor Group is a close third place with more than 100,000 EVs sold across North America in 2024. The group did not provide a final number for Genesis EVs or Hyundai Kona and Kia Niro electric models, so we don't know exactly how close they came to GM's figure. The Hyundai Ioniq 5 led sales with over 44,000 units alone, while the Kia brand delivered over 22,000 three-row EV9s and 21,715 EV6s. Like GM, Hyundai Group offers 9 all-electric models in North America, with several more coming to market in 2025. Ford sold a record 97,865 EVs across 3 models, which is up 34.8% year over year. Their top seller was the Mustang Mach-E, with 51,745 units delivered in 2024. The Mach-E is built in Mexico with too many foreign-sourced materials to qualify for point-of-sale government incentives. The reduced MSRP and other incentives from Ford were helpful. In fact, Ford sold about 6,000 more electric Mustangs than traditional internal combustion Mustangs. Ford also launched their Power Promise at the end of 2024, which offers customers complimentary home charging equipment and standard installation. This week, they announced that they plan to extend the program until March 31st. The F-150 Lightning topped 33,510 units last year, and their sub-$50,000 electric cargo van, the E-Transit, reached sales of 12,610 vehicles. Ford moved almost 10 times as many delivery vans as Chevy's BrightDrop. Chevy was only able to deliver 1,529 since production restarted in April. The BrightDrop vans can only be purchased by fleet buyers at a small number of dealerships. There are several hundred BrightDrop vans on lots now, despite a comparable price point and vastly superior specifications and capabilities. Speaking of trucks and commercial vans, Rivian met their guidance with 51,579 units delivered. Rivian didn't break down how many sales for each model, and unlike many of the other brands that we've talked about thus far, they have no new models scheduled to launch in 2025. However, we do expect new configurations of existing models like their quad-motor drivetrain on the second generation of the R1 platform. Rugged R1X variants and consumer van sales are also possible. Right behind Rivian, BMW saw an increase in their all-electric sales with a 12.3% climb since 2023 and a total of 50,981 EVs sold. The i4 led the way with 23,403 units. Honda offered only one EV model in the US. Surprisingly, they managed to sell 33,000 Prologue midsize SUVs since March. The unseen winner here might actually be General Motors. The Prologue is a modestly redecorated Chevy Blazer EV. Both are made in the same GM factory in Mexico, but the Prologue outsold the Blazer by about 50%, or 10,000 units. Nissan was right behind Honda in EV sales across North America with 31,024 units sold. The Aria hit sales of 19,798, which was up 47% compared to 2023. Leaf sales were up by 57% to 11,226 units. According to their ARC business plan released in March, Nissan does not plan to launch any other EVs in 2025. As we reported last week, the brand is negotiating a takeover or merger with Honda. Anything can happen. The world's leading automaker, Toyota, managed to sell 28,267 EVs, even with an uncompetitive lineup. They sold 18,570 of the BZ4X and 9,697 of its luxury counterpart, the Lexus RZ. As we reported last October, Toyota's plan to build EVs in the United States has been delayed from this year to 2026. We do not expect any new Toyota EVs in 2025. Subaru's Solterra EV is based on Toyota's eTNGA platform. The company delivered 12,447 Solterras in 2024, up 40% from 2023. Volkswagen sold 18,183 EVs in North America, with ID4 sales down 55% and a total of 17,021 vehicles sold. The reversion has a lot to do with the stop sale that I mentioned earlier. It delayed the ID Buzz electric van as well. 1,162 Buzzes were delivered in 2024, all in the final quarter. Porsche, Audi, Mercedes, VinFast, Volvo, Polestar, Lotus, and Lucid have not yet reported their 2024 sales figures. 8% of new American auto sales in 2024 were fully electric. 100,000 more American car buyers decided to purchase an EV in 2024 compared to 2023. Hybrid sales were also up, and non-hybrid internal combustion vehicle sales declined year over year. More model diversity and improved affordability will continue to entice new buyers as we advance towards an EV future. This year, we expect to see incredible value in the used EV market as used 2023 models begin to qualify for the $4,000 point-of-sale credit. In my view, used EV pricing is artificially low because dealerships and the general public do not yet recognize the longer lifespan of an EV. A 2021 Tesla Model Y with 100,000 miles is still just a baby. It might be the right time to buy if you want to take advantage of these incentives. Used EVs will only be part of the story in 2025. What do you think will define the year in electrification? Today, producer Tim and I are headed to the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas, Nevada. Look out for Tim because he will have some GoElectric pins for viewers who say hi as we navigate the crowds. We're excited to be revealing several never-before-seen EVs, eVTOLs, e-bikes, e-motorcycles, and even an electric travel trailer this year. We will post most of that content here on this YouTube channel and on our other YouTube channels at Miss GoElectric Ride Reviews and at Miss GoElectric Industry. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell button to be notified. YouTube tends to hide content when we post several videos in a short period of time. We will also share photos and videos through at Miss GoElectric on Instagram and X. Be sure to join us on those platforms for up-to-the-minute news. I've added links to those in this video's description. Well, that wraps up today's episode. Happy New Year, and until next week, drive, fly, ride. Go electric.